Well, staying with that story, and owners and staff at that business park in Waterford City have been left reeling after the blaze on Saturday left around 40 units destroyed. The businesses range from auto body repairs to costume shops and a martial arts club. This evening, we're joined by Jean and Eleanor Upton, owners of the Waterford Centre of Music, Stage and Music School. And thanks indeed to both of you for joining us on 6-1, Jean and Eleanor. And I know it's been a really tough few days for you both. I'll begin with yourself, Jean. Can you tell us about when you first heard about the fire?
Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, the alarm was raised at about 7 o'clock. I got a phone call from one of our students' parents. Their family members live in the area. And she rang to say that she could see flames coming from the old Jute factory. It looked like it was in the centre, that maybe we should go down and have a look. And when we arrived on the scene, it was clear to see from the get-go that it was very serious. The fire service were here, there was people everywhere, lots of noise, and when we got to our side of the complex, we could see flames already starting to rise from the middle of the complex, and we knew we were in trouble.
Was it clear to you then that your unit was likely destroyed?
Yeah, it hadn't caught fire when we got there, but we literally stood there at the side of the road with all the emergency services and watched it burn to the ground.
Eleanor,
so it was just utter devastation.
Utter devastation. Eleanor, when were you able to tell the students then that go to your school? When were you able to tell the children about what happened, and what has the reaction been from them over the past few days?
They are all just devastated. A lot of them saw on social media, there's our local radio station, they were here and they could see our building, and a few of them actually came up to us and stood there with us, crying with us as we watched it burn. Parents have been in touch, they've emailed, they've rang, text, everything. The kids are the students, they're just utterly devastated. You know, it wasn't just a building to us, it was their place as well. You know, it was their happy place, and they lost it as much as we did. I
get the sense too that it also wasn't just a business to you, that you loved your job there.
We spent 17 years building up this music school from scratch. Myself and Jean, we started with 2 pianos and ended up with a premises, and we were able to extend the premises, start as a music school, extend into a stage school. We were able to hire staff. Like, it's been a dream of ours since we were children. And that was our second home. You know, it wasn't just our job. We just loved it. It was our music school. It was our place, and it's just gone.
How many students did you have there, and do you have any sense of when you might be able to reopen, or if you can?
So between the stage school and the music school, we had around 150, 160 students. And we have adult students as well. We have an adult choir, we have bands. It's not just the kids, it's everyone that has ever come through our doors has been severely affected by this. With regards to opening, we don't know. I'd love to tell you we can open next week, but we don't. We have nothing. All of our instruments are gone. The building was completely gutted by fire, and anything that mightn't have been destroyed by fire has been water damaged. So, as you can imagine, pianos and guitars and things don't do well in water either. No. Any better in water than they do in fire. So, yeah, we have nothing now at the moment. So we need to try and get ourselves together, get back on our feet, and regroup, and try and find somewhere to go, somewhere that can house us. And we need gear, we need our equipment. You know?
I know you guys also have staff there, and for you yourselves, how are you going to manage in terms of an income? I imagine these are the kind of things that are going through your mind right now.
That was our first thought, to have to ring our staff.
Yeah.
As we were at the side of the road watching the building go up, was heartbreaking to tell them that their job was gone. My partner Paul works in the school, and Eleanor's husband Kieran also works in the school, so our 2 homes are without income now at the moment. So we're trying to navigate that. Obviously we're self-employed, so that makes it a bit trickier, but we don't know yet. We haven't figured that part out. Yeah, it's a very
Eleanor,
scary time.
Can I ask, does the business have insurance, and would you hope that could help in terms of getting you back on your feet?
Yeah, we do have insurance. Of course, we've contents insurance and public liability for the the students and that. We're hoping, we don't know, we were in touch with them today. We don't know yet, we're just waiting. We're just in limbo at the minute with everything. And
you mentioned contents there. This is, of course, a music school. You would have had instruments in there, expensive equipment, I'd imagine. Can you tell us about the type of equipment that has been damaged?
I mean, starting with instruments, we have 5 pianos. I couldn't count the violins and guitars, like ukuleles. Then you're down to equipment, all the PAs. I couldn't even tell you, like down to computers, everything. It's all just gone.
I know you guys also run summer camps, I think. I mean, all of these plans are probably up in the air now over the coming weeks.
Yeah, it's a venue problem, you know, and look, people are being great, people are reaching out. We've been inundated the kindness of people. Yeah. It's been really, it's just been heartwarming. Everybody is supporting us and they're rooting for us, and people are offering their help. Even when it comes to when we finally do get to go into the building, you know, people are offering to come home and help us clean it. You know, it's very specific, the type of premises or room or anything that we're going to need. You know, it's not as simple. And people are so kind, they're offering us everything. But, you know, we need rooms to teach in, and then we need a large space for our stage school. You know, we had a lot of props and costumes and sets and things like that. So it's quite specific what we need. But look, people are being so kind. They're being amazing to us at the moment, and we're really feeling the support.
Yeah. I know politicians have been at the site over the past few days, and the Minister for Enterprise is due to visit there tomorrow. I wonder, Eleanor, do you have a message to government today?
I mean, just give us some kind of light. You know, I know self-employed people, we don't, you know, get all the same, not even benefits, help, I suppose, you know, when things go wrong, and it's just some sort of help, something, just some light in this darkness, because it's unbearable.
Well, there we leave us. Eleanor and Jean Upton, thank you both for joining us on 6-1 after what I know has been a very difficult few days and an uncertain future ahead, but we really do appreciate your time. Thanks for speaking to us on 6-1.
Thank you.